Virgo, welcome to your reading for the week of July 25th. This week, I'm still collaborating with Marie Moore, so if you haven't had a chance to check her out, definitely do that at the link below in the description. Right at the top there is a link to her channel. We're collaborating to help each other grow and hopefully help other people on YouTube grow as well. So it's really cool, and I just got distracted by what you have here, which is also really cool, by the way, so we'll look into that. But yeah, definitely check her out if you have not. She does tarot and astrology all together, so a lot of you seem to enjoy her videos anyway, but that's that. This week looks really interesting. I mean, like I said, I got totally distracted there when these middle three cards came up, but you start off with the King of Hearts. You know, again, long-term message for you, Virgo, here of water sign possibly coming in. So again, I would say for those of you that are single, be on the lookout for possible water sign coming in, and for love, I think Virgo would do. You know, I always say that earth signs and water signs do well together, actually, in a lot of ways. Some people say that, you know, it forms mud or whatever, but I don't think it's true at all. You know, I think that, like I said, earth and water do well together in relationships sometimes, especially King of Hearts as well. King of Hearts would be less, you know, usually is less emotional and more stable anyway, so it would go well with your energy, so be on the lookout for that. Could be male or female. I don't attach sex to my cards. And it could also be, this can also be seeing energy returning to you, and I think that's definitely a message for you this week. You have 3 8s in a row, so I definitely think a lot of you Virgos will be seeing some sort of something that you put out in the past, maybe coming back to you this week, which is interesting. But you start off with the 8 of Clubs. 8 of Clubs can be a card of confusion. It can be a card of having a choice to make, but let's see here. I don't really think that you'll have much of a problem making a decision this week, just judging by the cards. You know, I actually think that maybe there might be a moment of confusion, but I think you'll move right past it. It's also a card of being very intuitive, so definitely trust your intuition this week. You know, I'd say with the King of Hearts, you have the Ace of Hearts as well coming up here, all intuitive cards. You know, definitely trust your intuition this week. Next, you have the 8 of Diamonds. Very good card for money. I would say, both of these cards, by the way, the 8 of Hearts, I mean, the 8 of Clubs and the 8 of Diamonds can represent seeing, like, getting gifts from the universe, but it kind of just flows with that message of seeing some sort of return on some things that maybe you've been working on. This is going to be different for all of you. It could be love, could be work, money, work, whatever. But there is some sort of return coming in. This card represents prosperity. It even represents more success on the horizon. That's like the traditional way of reading this card, is to say that it's on the horizon. So I guess, you know, a lot of you could just maybe be seeing the very beginnings of more success coming to you. And I'm getting that a lot of you could have already been seeing that anyway. Like, you could have already been seeing more return and things like that coming in, but maybe it's just coming in more of like a flow, like more of, instead of just all at once, it's coming in bits and pieces or something. Next, you have the 8 of Spades. 8 of Spades is a card of work and working really hard, so definitely another long-term message for you. Also, of course, the health message with this card. It's, like I said, it's really weird. It only comes up for Virgo pretty much almost every single week, that you need to watch your health. Maybe, you know, Virgos are really hard workers, and maybe that's why, because this is a card of working really hard, but also getting sick. So definitely watch out for that. So, you know, take care of yourself this week with this card. But it's still a good card because it still represents an exchange. It still represents more energy coming back to you. Next, you have this, the Ace of Hearts. Great card. Represents the home in a lot of ways. You know, to me, it's not much of a love card, really. It's more of a card of support and emotional support and being emotionally happy. It even on this deck I'm using, it's represented by the Ace of Cups, which, you know, represents your emotions flowing over and being really happy and emotional like that. So definitely, you know, a good comparison there this week of just being happy. The card can also represent messages coming to you, so pay attention to any messages. Again, you have that that 8 of Clubs, so pay attention to your intuition as well. Next, you have the 7 of Hearts. Maybe feeling some doubts in love for, I'm just getting for maybe like a small percentage of you feeling doubts in a relationship or something like that. But 7s represent internal fears that don't exist, so don't pay too much attention to any fears and things like that you could be having. Let's see. For the rest of you, it could just represent doubts in general, having doubts about where you're going. Again, you have that 8 of Clubs, which can represent confusion, not really being sure, but The thing to remember about these cards, especially the eights, is they are cards of overcoming obstacles, so it looks like you'll be overcoming that obstacle anyway. And you end with the death card, which is actually, like a great card. It represents moving past some old things that you don't need anymore, transforming, it's a very transformative card, and turning into something else. Eights are kind of death cards in a lot of ways. They definitely represent transformation, so definitely a transformative week for you as well. But looks like a great week, definitely. So thank you for watching, and enjoy it.